Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Jaywalk. We have not even advanced this to get my own intro yet. This is not about being fancy, although we will evolve. But this is a podcast. This is a audio cast, a visual cast, a vlog, whatever you want to call it, where I am just giving back to the game, giving back the game to the culture on how to move. Just taking my, how many years now? 14 years in legal business, 10 years in street pharmaceutical business. So about 24 years of business, plus the whole 38 years of my life. I'm just giving back game instruction on how to move, on how to walk through life, how to maneuver through life and become your best you. And I'm just using my trials, my tribulations, my failures, my successes, and all that stuff, and just giving back what I can to the culture in this format, simply because I can't rap. If I was a rapper, I'm telling you, I'd be like double diamond right now. I'd be like, have millions of records sold, but I just can't rap. So I gotta, I don't know, do this little cool video, audio thing that I do. So anyway, today's episode is really special. There's kind of a theme to this going on, but today's is called episode 3, Charm and Disarm, right? And this, and why I said it's a theme, because my last 2 episodes, I talked about some game I got from a very special and different kind of mentor, which was my cellmate, Michael Lipscomb. And I guess this is a great way to pay homage to Mike. I haven't spoken to him in years. Actually, this motivates me to reach out, see where, he's at, if he's still at the same facility, what he's doing in life. Unfortunately, Mike was a double lifer, committed 2 homicides when he was 20 years old. I met him when he was 52 years old, when I was 20 years old, in prison. We were cellmates, spending like 18 hours a day together. But Mike looked at me as a protege, as someone with raw talent who came into the jail as just a skinny, big head boy. And I left out a very mature and wise young man. And so you'll hear a lot of stories from Mike in those days at Eastern Correctional Institution, where I got so much insight, so much valuable information. Because you got to think, someone at that time when I met Mike, he had 30 years in prison. So someone at 30 years in prison, talking to inmates who come in and out every year, read countless amounts of books, countless stories, countless movies. He was just full of information, seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly in life. And, again, he blessed me with a lot of that game. And so that's why I feel compelled, obviously to give some of this game back. And although I had swag and I believed in looking good and all that when I was younger, I didn't understand the strategy, the ideology, the game, if you will, of charm and disarm. And, we all heard the saying how you can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. And sometimes some of us, we want our way, so we want to bulldoze our way to an idea or to a relationship. We want to be very aggressive or assertive and kind of force something to happen, as opposed to kind of maneuvering and massaging and being charming and being warm and being inviting and being the bait and letting the biggest part of charm and disarm is letting people who are, most of us are defensive, right? Most of us have defenses up, defense mechanisms up, because the world is a crazy place, especially when you're dealing in a corporate or structured environment, or if you're dealing with authorities, or you're dealing with people who can, pose consequences to you. So if you want to try to get your way, in some cases, in many cases, people will deal with you a lot more pleasantly. They'll put their defenses down. You can even the playing field by simply charming and disarming, right? This is not about just manipulation and taking an advantage of people or situations, but it is about making yourself more likable, right? That is the key. Many of us never were taught the game on how to be likable. And I remember back when, before I served that prison time, I was on parole, right? So I was on parole in New York. I was out on bail in New Jersey, out on bail in Maryland, going back and forth to court fighting a drug trafficking case. This is the same case that landed me in prison with Mike. While I was going to court, my lawyer, Harold Glazer, rest in peace, one of the best lawyers ever, out of Baltimore, Harold Glazer said, listen, I'm trying to get you as little time as possible. I'm trying to get your case thrown out for an illegal search and seizure by the police. But nevertheless, this prosecutor, with your record, you have no job, and I still was selling drugs, by the way. We need to give you something to make you a little more credible. So you got to do something. And so I decided at 19 years old that I was going to model, right? I thought I was handsome, you know. I thought I had the swag. And so I looked in the yellow pages at the time because there weren't, like, Google wasn't out then. And I found, and maybe it was, I don't know, it was Yellow Pages. I'm pretty sure it was Yellow Pages or some kind of search book. And I looked up, maybe it was a search engine, maybe it was Yahoo then, whatever the hell it was. But anyway, I looked up photographers in New York City, and Sean Khalil was a Time magazine award-winning photographer. And so me being a dope boy that I was, I'm like, if I'm gonna get a photographer, I'm gonna get the best. I'm gonna get the best comp card, I'm gonna get the best model. And so I booked the photo shoot with Sean. We shot my comp cards, like 4 or 5 different looks. I'll even post it on my Instagram one day for those who are following me on Instagram at Mr. J. Morrison. I'm gonna post my comp cards. I had one with I had a jean jacket on with no shirt underneath, a little chesties out. I had another one with a sweatsuit on, another one with a suit and tie look just like this, but I wasn't really in those suits. You know what I mean? It was a little button up I just bought. And so anyway, so I did these like 4 different looks for this comp card to present myself as a model, my height and my weight. Right, for those who are in the creative industry or in entertainment industry, understand what the comp card is. And during one of my photo shoots with Sean, he was like, you know, it's nothing America loves more than a clean-cut black man. And I was like, huh? He was like, yeah. He was like, you know, where America in whole may have defenses up towards black men and think that we're going to be aggressive or angry about how we've been treated for 450 years or whatever it is, whatever this paranoia is with black men, it seems to ease the tension of America, as Sean Khalil put it, when there's a clean-cut black man and, you know, you have that charm. It will open up doors for you as opposed to trying to rough your way through life, right? And so right now you see me bearded. I'm still clean, though. Usually, it's my first time in life ever wearing a beard. Usually, I'm clean cut, clean shaven, or I may do a mustache or not, whatever. But it's all about not just the clean cutness of yourself, but it also goes into the details of your appearance. This is where Mike Lipscomb came into play. He's the one that told me, like, even in prison, he's like, Slim, when you come home, listen, you gotta be matching, man. I'm talking about like your underclothes, your underwear need to match your outfit, your socks need to match, like the little details need to match. Like, you need to sometimes switch up outfits twice in a day. Like, go out on the block one time, you're out on the block, you got a sweatsuit on. You go back in the house, change up. Evening time, you come back out, you got a whole new fit on. And just basically bust everybody's head open. Like, mesmerize people. Like, really put attention into your appearance and your look and captivate people. And this is what he was telling me at 20, 21 years old while I'm in prison. And I really bought in. And when I came home, man, I'm telling you, I had swaggy. And I lived that through life. Like, everyone will tell you, my wife will tell you. Like, I got like 3 sock drawers. I don't have socks on today. No sock life, right? So, hey, I do what I want. But socks gotta match. Like, I cannot get dressed in the morning. I don't care. If I got white socks on with a blue polo, man, you damn sure bet I got some blue polo underwear on. And I remember to the point where, down to the wife beater or A-shirt, tank top we call it. You know, we call it wife beater. But down to that had to match. Everything, I just really paid attention to detail because people will notice that all the way. Even Mike put me onto the manicure game, right? Like, I wasn't getting manicures at that time. He's like, yo, be groomed. Make sure that your hair is cut. Like, you're getting shape-ups, getting the stubs off you, making sure that your nails are manicured, you're getting pedicures. Like, and I teach this in the Jay Morrison Academy. I really literally teach my students about their personal grooming. And then outside of your personal appearance and grooming, it's also about your language and your speech. I used to listen to, even in the streets, I would listen to vocabulary CDs, reading books. I would steal words. When I first started in the mortgage industry and real estate industry, when I didn't know like a lot of these different financial terms, or not even non-financial terms, but just big words and words I didn't know. I didn't go to college. I'm an 11th grade high school dropout. I barely made it out of 12th grade from an alternative program. But when you hear me speak, I articulate myself very well. I'm very communicative. I'm very diverse in my vernacular. But I did this all by self-education, just paying attention, challenging myself, not being fearful, learning new words, understanding the conversation. If someone says something that I don't know, I'm like, what's that? I don't feel too prideful or ashamed because I don't know what you just said. I want to learn what you just said. put me on a game. And then I store it, I research it, and then I put it into my vocabulary. And those things are very impressive and charming, right? So if you're smelling good, right? Like making sure you got some cologne, perfume, and you can do it all within a budget. You don't got to be rich to do these things. So when you're smelling good, when you're looking good, I remember one time being on mind you, this Jaywalk is all about me showing you how to walk through life. I'm opening up my life very vulnerable, like just to give back. Like that's it. This is just my, like, yo, I was a young knucklehead, lost young king, young dude. Like I was not who you guys see today. And because of mentors, because of these experiences, I was able to climb out of poverty, climb out of prison, climb out of the streets, climb out of being a gun toter, gun carrier, gang drug supplier, and everything else to a multi-millionaire businessman. And I want to help plant seeds with some young king or queen or old king or queen, whatever that's watching this right now, who's going to make some different moves in life and be able to contribute them back to me as a mentor, even a virtual mentor, and help to build their legacy, but extend my legacy. Like, yo, Big Homie put me onto that. King J put me onto that, right? So this is just for our queens too. How you look, how you smell, like just the little details matter. And you elevate the game as you get more resources and you get more exposed to more things and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And you just, you know, there's just levels to this, right? There's levels to it down to, you know, I mean, there's custom pants you could wear that have no belt loops. I don't need a belt because I got tabs on the side. You know what I mean, right? So like this little thing, like right here, I got a custom shirt on. You can't even see it, but I got King J white on white on the sleeve. Now, imagine I'm in a meeting, I'm chilling. And I don't do gaudy jewelry because again, it's about, I want to present myself a certain way. Also, I believe in assets, and usually when you bust down a Rollie, you actually lose its value. So, you know, I got a nice little Rolex on, okay, cool, got my wedding band on, cool. But now I'm in a meeting and you see I got a manicure, a little shine on my nails, okay, cool. He's clean, I smell good, okay, cool. We in a meeting, we talking, and then you see a little inscription on my shirt. This guy's different. Those are the little things that get you ahead in life, that get you the extra deal, that get you the extra relationship, get you the extra funding, get you the extra opportunity, right? I remember being on a bus trip going to Daytona Beach. And this is more a fun story, but I was young, still in the streets, had my Diamond J chain and all that, but I had my manicure as always. This is when I came home from prison after seeing Mike. And I'm sleeping on a plane in this beautiful queen. I mean, it's beautiful, dark skin, chocolate. I mean, she's beautiful. Queen woke me up and was like, oh, you get manicures? She's like, I like that. Oh, that just made my day. Mike's whole thing just worked out, right? Just by me just being groomed, setting myself apart. So part of charm and Queen Ernestine, I was like 22, honey. Just don't worry about that. But my point is that these little things do set you apart in life. And a lot of times we don't get it from our parents, or we don't have mentors or big bros or big sisters who may be, you know, privy to this information. And so it's just little things that we can do, again, that just set us apart, give us the extra shot in life, especially for those of us who come from adversity. And we need every little shot we can get. I mean, listen, I take every opportunity I can to show off my wave. So I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Right? Now, why I brush my hair and I wear a do-rag and I groom and take care of my hair and I get my waves, it really is because having waves in your hair, I mean, for black men, not everybody could do it, but having waves in your hair, it shows an attention to detail. Like, you could have a clean, crisp haircut and be totally fine. I'm not comparing or whatever, but I'm just saying my personal style is that I know when you see that my waves are spinning, that man puts some effort into how he looks. And those little things then disarm someone, because someone that typically cares about their appearance, cares how they smell, cares about their perception, their appearance, their look, and all that, you usually give them a certain level, a certain pass past your defense mechanisms than someone who came to you disheveled, right? I just went a month, no shave October, right, during my birthday month. And I just let my hair grow. My beard grow, I didn't cut anything. I had hair growing all up my neck, all the back of my neck, hair just everywhere. I was still brushing it, but then I got just too much to brush. And I still was the same me. Still witty, still smart, still charming, still loving, still empathetic, still all these things. But I look different. And if you didn't know me, it was your first impression, you might have a little like, what's this dude up to? Like, why is he all scruffy? Like, you doing bad in life? Like, you trying to stick me up? Like, what do you got going on? And right, so when you have an appearance of looking disheveled or looking like you're possibly struggling or whatever that is, those little things matter, right? Like your teeth and keeping, like if you know that, like for instance, I chipped my tooth when I was in third grade playing dodgeball. So I literally got a chipped tooth. But it's bonded. What I'm saying is that sometimes that bonding will get a little ugly or whatever the case is. But I make sure that I keep all that straight so that I have a bright smile, right? Charming. I see so many people that are really, really bright, really smart, and then they'll speak to you and then they ain't got their grill together. And it doesn't make them any less smart or any less of a nice person or a great heart or anything. But having that little nuance can get you that extra level, that Cardi B. I got a bag and fix my teeth. It's a different Cardi B. Cardi B now is a different Cardi B than another Cardi B, right? And so these are just little things that you can do, but it's more than just an appearance. You can look as good and as clean as you want, smell as good as you want, and even use great vernacular and vocabulary words. But if you don't have a charming spirit and a charming energy, and you don't give that off, it's gonna still all be for naught, right? So it's about a spirit of charm and disarm. And it's not that, again, to disarm, to manipulate or take advantage or use it in a negative way. It's about to get into the doors or the relationships or the opportunities or to give yourself an extra shot at the things that it is you want in life or the places you want in life or the relationships you want to build in life. And so people play better, as we all know. This is just human fact. It's human nature. You are more receptive to someone who is charming. That's why charming works. That's why Prince Charming got the girl. Like it's what, so this is something that we all can practice and we all can challenge ourselves to see, well, how charming is my spirit, my nature, my words, my smell, my look, my grooming, right? Like cleaning your sneakers, just little things. The little itty bitty things is putting in care. But what I'm trying to tell you as a successful businessman who's been through the ringer in life, I've been through so much that we could talk about through a whole nother episode and everything else. But many of you know my story. What I'm trying to say is that the journey to get here, right? This journey, this jaywalk to get to the current day Jay Morrison, the way I got here was by embodying many of these intangibles you're learning during this vlog, podcast, audio, whatever we're doing this. And our team's going to figure it out. This is something that I was just inspired to do one day, like just a few days ago. This wasn't like a long planned out fourth quarter thing and all that. It was just like, I want to figure out a way to get my message out and be just very, very clear outside of Instagram and outside of just a random video here and there. We want to really just give you guys some real value because I know I have a lot of value to offer the world. And so I want you guys to play your part. Small ask, right? Fair exchange, no robbery. That's going to be another one. Fair exchange, no robbery is going to be another episode one day. I need you guys to share this. Subscribe to whatever channel you're watching this on. Share it. If it's in an email, forward the email out. If it's in a YouTube, subscribe, Facebook, follow, Instagram, whatever it is, show love, share it. Not just to really show love to me and in reciprocation, which will be great, it's good karma, but share it because you found some value in it that could probably empower or inspire or motivate or give instruction to someone else and plant a seed with them. And they'll thank you for being a person to put them on some game. All right, so we're going to share this, guys. Again, for all those who want future mentorship from me, I have a school, the Jay Morrison Academy. It's an online school where we teach wealth education, specifically in real estate and credit, and then the other 7 wealth pillars, which I'll teach you. We also have a fund, the first Black-owned, African in America-owned real estate crowd fund in the history of the country called the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. We just acquired a 30,000 square foot building that you all can be commercial real estate owners with us. There's over 12,224 partners in our fund. And you guys can be a fund member and an equity owner, right, of our fund and of real estate, this real estate portfolio for just $500. And you get an 8% preferred return and your share of 50% of the profits, right, prorated on how many shares you have. And so we want to invite you to participate with us in Tulsa, tulsarealestatefund.com. If you have real estate deals that need funding, you want a funding partner, go to submit a deal at tulsarealestatefund.com. And we have also credit services and business funding services. If you have a small business need funding, you also can find those things at jay-morrison-academy.com and just click the business funding and credit services tab. And we offer business funding with no collateral asked, no bank statements, no W-2s, etc. Go check all that out. But more importantly, take value in this game, embody it, embrace it. It's a free offer, right, for you all to just have someone virtually anyway who does care about you. I want to see you guys grow. Again, if Mike, John Wenzel, Pastor Antoine Thomas, Keel, and so many other of my mentors, Isaac, so many other of my mentors didn't take the time to really pour in me and see something in me, I just wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I got to reciprocate and just pour into you all. And now we have this digital opportunity. I want to do so to the best of my ability. This is Jaywalk, how you get through life, how you maneuver through life, shortest distance possible, right? Path of least resistance. And I hope you guys are ready for episode 4. That'll be coming soon. Make sure you catch episodes 1 and 2 if you have not. Hope you enjoyed episode 3. And I'm out. Jaywalk, Treff Life.